Welcoming you here to Reser Stadium following Oregon State's 34-15 loss to the Cal Golden Bears to open the season. Publisher Brennan Slaughter here for BeaversEdge.com, joined by BeaversEdge senior writer Ryan Harlan and BeaversEdge writer Brogan Slaughter. Well, guys, that was
one to forget.
Not what we expected. This will be a quick, short, and sweet video today, guys, for our deep reaction. Make sure to head over to BeaversEdge.com. Ryan, Brogan, and I will have our takeaways there, trying to make sense of whatever the heck this game was. But Ryan, we'll just start with you. Obviously, not what we expected. None of us had this on our, quote, bingo card. Oregon State, for lack of better terms, didn't show up to start the game. Trent Bray talked about it in his post game. They played behind the eight ball. They played a little bit better and got back into it. It was truly over. It felt that way. The vibes were not good. I would almost argue this team was not ready to go today.
No, and I mean, the two sequences, I think, that entirely summed up how this game was going to go was the too many men on the field penalty.
Horrible.
On the punt that basically would have given you, some early momentum in the game to get the crowd going. You commit that infraction, takes it out of the air for you in favor of Cal. And then on the ensuing possession, Malik Murphy and Van Wells mistiming the snap together. So those were two really killer plays at that point in time to start this game. And then, you find yourself down in a hole 14-0 in the first quarter right away. Simply just inexcusable on both sides of the ball, particularly on defense, where you expect a Trent Bray defense to be a Trent Bray defense, and that didn't show in this game at all. I mean, just simply inexcusable to not get any consistent pressure or make a true freshman uncomfortable.
Right.
He looked like the second coming of Steve Young with how well he played tonight. Like, there is no reason why Jaren should be able to have as much time as he should in the pocket when he's making his first career start on the road in a hostile environment.
And zero sacks.
Zero sacks. Yes. Like, that you should be salivating over that as a defensive play caller. But Bray had said to us earlier in the week that was not the goal. It was how's Cal going to attack you offensively. And I don't think that really mattered.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if they're going to impose their will if you can't get any pressure or can't get in the backfield or can't drop Jaren for a sack. So in the end, this defense still has a long way to go. Defensive line had their moments. Secondary had their moments. And, that's all I really got to say. I mean, this is one where this defense was not up to par by any stretch of the means. I don't think Bray's standard of a defense was met here tonight. I
mean, I'll say this, and Brogan will kick to you in a minute. Like, Trent Bray was obviously fuming in that press conference, and rightfully so. I think we all expected to see a reaction. There were obviously some players missed tonight. If you kind of want to know more on that, check out our takeaways. Players that would have played a significant role on defense that were not out there today. Again, I'll let you guys put those pieces together. We don't want to speculate too much. But Trent Bray, again, was asked about it in the postgame and had
didn't comment.
Zero to say.
Comment.
So, again, we've just, for those of you who are asked, we're just not going to ask Trent Bray about players anymore because we will never get a clear answer. But, again, I go back to the fact that Cal played a cleaner game. Oregon State had a pair of turnovers, the Malik Murphy.
Yep.
And then, obviously, I go back, guys. We haven't mentioned it yet. Football never comes down to one play in one sequence, but you think if Oregon State could have got points on the drive where Bryce Caulfield fumbled, I think right about where we're standing right here, and it could have been a one-score game going into half, which they were in field goal range.
Yeah.
Caleb Arrejeda already made a field goal that long. He fumbles, that doesn't happen, and Oregon State, goes into the break, and it never felt good today, Brogan.
No, I mean, like we've been saying, it was a lackluster defensive performance. You could have told me Jaren was a junior, a senior, an upperclassman quarterback. You would have had me fooled. He had, 230 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, completed almost 70% of his passes. Like we said, no sacks. He dropped the ball twice on the snap, but Cal luckily recovered both of those. No fumbles lost, no interceptions. He played a really clean game and absolutely shredded the defense. So just the second half, there was silver lining in the second half. The defense did play better. They played more whole and as a team. But like we mentioned earlier, the hole they dug themselves in with the penalties, the illegal substitution, Coach Bray said, 2 players on the field wearing the same number, inexcusable penalty. That should not be happening.
Yeah, and even too with that penalty, I wanted to add, you'll get an illegal equipment penalty with that. So it's basically you shot yourself in the foot either way with that play. Yeah.
we're just for
Yeah, you know, topping it off, I think there were some good things from Malik Murphy. There were some good things from the O-line. We only allowed 1 sack. Could have been no sacks, so there was some definitely good things to see. But from what we saw at the end of fall camp to what happened today, it was a disappointment and it was a shock for sure.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of effort still to go. You know, Ryan and I kind of spent the last month obviously talking up how we thought this team was mightily improved from last year, and I think this shows, you know, against a Power 4 team, the Beavers still have a lot of work to do. Cal was more prepared for this game, and, you know, Oregon State's got to ask themselves some questions. You know, on the bright side, this is one of the 4 tougher teams you'll play this year, but at the same token, a Cal team that wasn't a factor in the ACC and then you weren't ready to go in this game, I think there's going to be a lot of soul searching for Oregon State after this one. So again, make sure to check out Ryan Brogan and I's takeaways at BeaversEdge.com. We'll be back next week. Oregon State right back here against Fresno State. Noon kickoff here at Reser Stadium. Thanks for watching this Beavers Edge Breakdown.